and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking
Welcome
no
to
loss.
another episode of Elevate the Mic. I'm your host, Max Mupesi. This show is brought to you by Urban Eats MTL. If you want to get a great experience, an idea where to find the best restaurants in Montreal, where you get some good entertainment on that page, look up Urban Eats MTL. Without further ado, today's episode is going to be one of my favorite episodes. Why? Because it's one of the ones. First experience doing this episodes outside after a festival. We just got a chance to see an artist do his thing, a creative do his thing, and he's someone who I would say his reputation precedes him. He gets a lot of love and respect, super energetic, positive, the one and only DJ Godsta. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
That's it, man. You know what's crazy? It's actually the first time we're doing this episode with one mic, so once in a while I'll make sure that, I don't have to hold it. You'll make sure you'll have the mic more than I do. Don't worry about that. So I just want to start off by asking DJ Godsta, why DJ Godsta, and where'd you get that? Where'd you get that name exactly?
Okay, it's a funny story. I love to say that, tell that story. First of all, that name was given by one of my friends. The story is real funny, man. One day, I'm just chilling home, right? And my friend calls me up. He's like, yo, I just thought of something, Godsta. I'm like, what is that? I don't know. I just thought of you, Godsta. So, yeah, all right, peace.
Just like that.
Just like that, man.
Jeez, man.
Just like that. So I'm like, okay, I like the sound of it, but you have to understand, like, in those days, I wasn't even, because there's different parts to my story, but that was the part that I wasn't doing anything artistically. So it's like, I don't even know if I had to do with anything artistic or nothing. I'm just like, I love the name, but I don't know why. So fast forward, I kept the name on the side, but then with time, I defined it. And there's different definitions, but the one reason why I decided to call Godsta is because, first of all, I'm a man of faith. I believe in God. And for me, it was a way of representing God. And if you look at my logo, you see the God is bigger than an STA, right? So that's one of the reasons why. It's a long story, but that's pretty much the explanation for Godsta.
That's great, man. We always hear God is in every single one of us, and that person that told you definitely saw something in you that, eventually became what it is today.
See, I didn't even think about it like that, so yeah.
That's dope. Speaking of defining, I like to go back to defining moments. Can you tell us about a defining moment of you growing up in South Shore and some that really shaped your character?
Oh, there's a lot, man. But just, okay, so when I switched high school, I was in a different school, and then when my parents switched me to that high school, it was a high school that had 72 ethnicities. 72.
Hey.
That changed my life, man, because you learn from everyone. Right? And for me, it opened up like my mindset on the world. Like, it's like you're traveling, but you're not traveling just by learning from other people and different cultures. And from that, it's one of the reasons why I'm able to switch from different styles of music, besides the fact that my pops introduced me to different styles of music, and then my sister also. But the fact that I was in touch with different cultures, it opened my entire mind on the world, basically. Yeah.
Okay, that's serious. And I like that you mentioned that your sister was one of the people who actually put you on to hip hop, and your father also was someone who listens to different types of music.
Yeah.
So having both worlds and going to the school you mentioned, that created some sort of your identity as a DJ. What would you say has been the blessing and the curse while you were going through that?
Well, just to go back quickly, my pops, of course, were Haitian and everything, right? So yeah, Haitian music, but he's the one. He started listening to African music, listening to Latin music also. So that's one of the reasons why I it's been in my ear for a while. And then my sister opened up to pop culture. Even before hip hop, it was alternative rock and all those things and pop and everything. And then it went to hip hop. But sorry, what was the question?
It's all good. I went kind of all the way in. So just to give you an idea, I got an idea of that. Your father was someone who listened to different types of music, and your sister also put you on a hip hop. So what would you say, while building your identity as a DJ, has been a gift and a curse?
Gift and a curse. A curse. Well, it's because a curse is, I don't really see it as a curse, but sometimes it's hard to just focus on one style of music that you want to grow. You know, you have to go with, okay, now I want to concentrate on that style, but you know, sometimes you go and then you lose focus. That could be the curse, but I don't see it like a curse. You just have to make sure that when you want to concentrate on one, because it happens in sometimes in cycles. Sometimes I wanna just focus on my house music, like Afro house and Amapiano, and it's like I have to tunnel vision and not even listen to other styles, because it's like a bird. Like I listen to one song and then I lose focus because I love music in general. So, you know.
Man, speaking of saying you love music, you said something that's very interesting that I want to touch on and make sure that, you know, people get to understand what you meant by that. You said specifically, quoted, that I don't understand how someone can be a DJ and not love music. Can you elaborate on that?
Oh yeah, man, that's a touchy subject, man. Cause I mean, like, for me, the basis of being a DJ is the love of music. And now we're in an era that it's easy to be a DJ. First of all, let me separate the two. It's not because you mix two songs together, you're able to learn how to mix two songs together, that you're a DJ. To be a DJ, you have to have a vision. You have to know what story you're telling every time you play. Every time you play, you have to focus and say, what do I want to say as a story? So, yes, I've seen and I see a lot of people that want to do this, but they don't even love music. So they start playing and learning how to do it, but they only play what's hot, but they're not driven by music. Make sure that if you want to be a DJ, you have to think, is it for you? Do you really love music? If you do, then go ahead. If you don't love music that much, find something else, man, because it's not what it is, you know?
Right, it's important what you're saying, because if the person is able to consume it and really be part of the culture, then it's going to be easier for them to play the music or display it in a way where people are going to feel it.
Yeah, because you have to feel it first before you make people feel it. I stand behind everything I play. So I have to have a relationship with the song in my heart before I start spreading it to people. So if I don't love music in general, you don't even care about music, you know? So that's where that's the way I see it.
Man, that's powerful what you said, having a relationship with music, man. That's important. Now, I want to touch on another important aspect of DJing, right? Because as someone who's DJed and has DJed in the past, to upcoming DJs, what would you say is the best way to go about? Would you encourage them to beta test with music professionals, or would you tell them to simply go out there and, you know, throw themselves out in the pool and make sure that, you know, they rely on that blind faith?
I mean, what's professionals, you know? What's professionals? So the best way is to go out there to the people And what's gonna happen is that you're gonna build your tribe. The people that love what you do will follow you. Then you'll be able to bounce back. I always look at the people that I play in front of, and those are my motivation also. 'Cause sometimes I can look at someone and they inspire me to play something they don't even know. So professionals, no, you could get you could take like advice from different professionals, but to play just for like professionals, I don't think so. I don't think that's the path for me.
Got it. Nah, it makes sense, because a lot of times what happens is that we could get a little bit too technical and forget that it's about the people. So as long as you spread the message and you spread the music out, then the people are gonna feel it the way they want to, you know?
Exactly. And my partner, that's what he said. He told me once, if you can make 10 people enjoy what you're doing, you can make 1,000 people enjoy what you're doing, you know?
That's it. I love it. Now let's double down on you also teaching individuals how to DJ. At one point you were collaborating with Long and McWade, right? And what would you say are the lessons you've learned throughout that process that you still apply today?
Well, I created a class back in I was 2021, I think after the COVID thing. I was looking for ways, because there was no contracts and everything, so I was looking for ways to get revenue while doing what I do. So I thought of my art, and I broke down a class, four courses of 1 hour, like simple and everything. I actually learned that I can teach it to anybody that wants to learn, because I simplified the process completely. So anybody that wanted to learn, anybody that wants to learn, I can teach them, and I can use different elements of their own knowledge to teach them the lessons. So I even myself, I was surprised how I was able to teach it to anybody that just wanted to learn. Yeah.
Hey, that's powerful, man. You got a chance to double down on what you know and make sure that you share it to the people. That's important, man. I want to double down. Speaking of double down, I want to talk about, you said you're Haitian, Zo, Sak Passe to all the Zos out there. How would you say, what was your relationship, or how did your relationship change when you decided to take your career full time? And how did your parents see that?
Well, of course, immigrant parents, because my context is different, because I went full time like late in my 40s. Early 40s. So I left a secure job to say, okay, I got to give myself a full-time chance of doing this. I was already doing it, but now I wanted to. Even then, they were like not down with it, because it's like, it's not their fault. They came here, and it's like security is very important and everything, and business and art and everything. It's not secure. You got to take a chance and everything, But I mean, like, I'm here, so, I know they're proud to see, like, oh, things are moving in a way that he saw that he wanted to move. So of course they weren't down with it 100%, but they respect it,
That's it, man. As long as you follow what's good for you, man, you follow your heart, and they're proud of you, like you mentioned earlier. So that's important. You just did an amazing set earlier. You actually surprised me in a way where I wasn't even expecting you to play any hip hop, and you still played hip hop. You went compa, you went all over, and then people were feeling it. I could definitely tell. So when you approach the set like that, how do you tell yourself, man, you know what? Am I spreading myself too thin, or I'm just gonna follow my gut? What do you go with exactly?
Oh, there's a lot of preparation behind my sets. Nothing is taken for granted. There's a certain way that I do my thing. It was all calculated. I get in the mindset. I've been preparing this set mentally. The minute that I got the gig, I was already prepared mentally. On the last few days, I knew where I was going. There's a challenge because I had specific directions where French, of course, we had Francophonie, right? So you can't really play too much because it's even political. You understand? You got to understand that it's even political. So I knew I was going R&B. I wanted my set to be, I could say, at least 60% R&B, French R&B, because not a lot of people know about French R&B. There's a lot of good French R&B, and I played some hip hop, and I also wanted a portion of my set to represent artists from Montreal. So what I do is I mix artists from Montreal mixed with international artists, so I can show we can compete with other people, you know. I'm not just gonna do a set from Montreal, but I'm gonna mix it with an artist from France, an artist from, you know, from Africa, or like, and then say whoop, and then you saw what I did with the artist that I got on stage and everything. So it's all calculated, but at the same time, I feel the vibe also, and then I move left and right and everything, and then I gotta put in my culture also, just a glimpse of it, you know.
You know what? I'm super proud and happy that you mentioned you played artists from Montreal, because I was gonna ask that. I didn't even think about asking that right after you said that, so, or even before you said that. And now I could say for myself, DJs play artists from Montreal, because I hear that a lot. You know, DJs from Montreal don't play artists from Montreal. Yeah. It is happening in real time. I got a chance to see it, so salute to the DJs. Rossi Ross came up also to support you, so that's important. How is it important for you to create a solid brotherhood or a solid troop of people that vibe with you when you hit the stage?
Well, it's very important because that's your energy also, you know. DJ is a very I could say you're often alone, playing alone. You're going to gigs alone. You're playing alone. Whenever you have people coming to support, shout out to Rossi Ross, for real. That guy, he shows me mad love. I show him mad love, but he shows me mad love. And when you have people coming to support you, and your peers, especially, and other DJs also, for me that's important because it gives you energy. You know, it gives you energy to do what you do, and you know, it pushes you. You know, and also there's that part of saying like, yo, I gotta represent for the other DJ, so I gotta go somewhere to impress them also, you know, like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. So it pushes me it motivates me to say, okay, let me impress my peers, you know.
Nah, that's important, man. I love what you said, because you said something important. DJs often are alone, and to have that, you know, it boosts your confidence and it boosts your skill set once you hit the stage. So I want to switch gears, and you talked about the high school you went to, 72 different nationalities, ethnicities. How was DJ Godsta as a high schooler or a teen, and what kind of pranks? What's the wildest prank you'd like to share with us that you pulled off?
First of all, I wasn't a DJ back in those days. I was an MC. I had a career. 10-year career as a rapper also. But back in high school, we weren't taking that seriously. We were just rapping in the cafeteria, you know. But one thing that I could say, it's not a prank, but we used to, that's crazy. We used to play like split teams, like talking about like, we take like 30 people and like 15, and we would do belt wars. And then we take out our belts, and then we run after each other and just like, yo, on teams, and like hitting like each other, like full hitting, like that's crazy. Like we came back with marks and everything, and like, yo, that's just a regular day.
Man, you had to go through it. You had to be ready to go through it if you go to that school, man. Shoot, and obviously, I can't neglect the fact that you started as an artist. That's very important. Over 10 years of experience. Southsquad. Yeah. Tell us about that. The name. Who came up with that idea, and what are you most grateful for after going through that 10-year plus experience?
So like I said, we were just having fun rapping and everything, and then what happened is that there's a group of us that became way more serious in it. Like we were five members, and then we started doing like real music. We went to school in music and everything, and we started taking it like very seriously. Like early like late 90s, early 2000s. We're from the same era that Mosaien and like Connoisseur, and that's my peers. You know, we known each other since high school, and so we had a 10-year career. I could say I had a 10-year career in rap. But what I learned is, first of all, like anything artistic, we learned ourselves, because we're not from musician background or families or nothing like that. So anything we had to learn in music, we learned it by ourselves, right? So you have to know, my first love in art was DJing, but then I started rapping, and then I put DJing on the side. I went back to DJing a few years after. But rapping is something that I love. I don't do anymore, but anything from studio, making beats, to performing, I don't perform like this without Southsquad. The Southsquad era, reading the crowd, different things, all the things that I do in my DJ career, without Southsquad, it doesn't exist.
That's it, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, that's powerful. And man, I love your story and your testimonial, because it makes me understand how people are always going to have your back, and people are always going to be the reason why you keep moving forward in a way. So can you tell us a little bit, well, even before that, I want to touch on, what is the most recent challenge you've overcome that you're proud of?
A recent challenge. Basically, it might sound general, but perseverance, because sometimes in, like me as an artist, especially as a DJ, there's ups and downs, and sometimes now it's up, but you don't know when the down might come or not. But if you keep your eyes on like the big picture, you know that things are gonna happen. So the biggest challenge is it's crazy, but not quit. Like some people might say, you quit, yeah, but sometimes it's like I said, sometimes it's a lonely position to be in, and to overcome that, it's like, I feel like, you know that picture where you see the guy that continues and he quits before the big diamond. And it's like, man, that big diamond is in the back. I know, I can reach that big diamond. A lot of people see me like, oh, you made, I didn't make nothing yet, man. I have bigger visions than that. Of other countries, I have different things that I want to do. I want to produce for artists. I want to, there's different things I want to do, so it's overcoming the downs. Last year was a challenging year, but we bounced back, man.
That's it, man. Speaking of overcoming, you touched on a few things that are ingredients to success: overcoming, never quitting, and making sure that you're staying perseverant. Yep. So at this very moment, what would you say specifically, or how do you define success in this stage of your life?
Success, balance, man. Balance on everything, like family, career, friends. Success is not just one thing. Your legacy, you understand? I focus on the legacy. Are you contributing to your legacy every day, every week? If not, is that success? You understand? I could get a big contract or whatever, but if everything else is not working, our relationships around me are not working, and everything, is that success? That's why you hear often some people are at the top, but they're lonely. They succeeded. They have a bunch of things. Everybody's looking at them, wow, and they're like, I feel empty. Because you have, from the start, before you even get there, you have to define if success is just about acquiring or winning things, or it's about a balance in your life when it comes to everything that you care about. You understand?
Man, that's powerful what you just said. Let's move on to this segment called If I Had the Chance To. So if I had a chance to, it's you getting a chance to sit down in front of your 16-year-old self. Wow. With all of the knowledge, wisdom, experience you have today. Wow. What would you tell that person?
Oh my God. Don't let your emotions control you. That sounds simple, but it's huge. Don't let your emotions control you. You understand? That's big for me.
Hey man, it's important, especially as young kids, young men, aspiring men. So yeah, that's crucial, man. Yeah. It could either make you or break you for any other opportunity, for any other life lesson in general.
Well, I got other things I could say. Also, make sure that you don't care about what people think if you know you have a vision. If you know it's your vision, don't care what other people think. Care about the people that care about you. If the people that care about you will tell you in a way that people that don't care about you will tell you. Those people, don't care about them. Care about the people that care about you and their advice. And listen to that advice. But because a lot of people try to discourage you because they don't see what you see. And because they don't see it, it's impossible that you see it, which is not true. It's not true. You understand? So make sure that you listen to the advice of people that care about you. The people that care about you, they might just try to discourage you. If you have a vision, keep on going on that vision. And by the way, that's what I say to kids, because I created a segue. I created a hip hop history conference that I gave to, in university, UQTR, twice. And I also had the chance to give it in front of kids, in front of high school. And that's what I told them. If you have a vision that's positive, of course, because, man, don't let nobody discourage you, not even your parents. You understand?
That's important, not even your parents. I hope you heard that, man. Take notes. Let's end off with a few last questions. One of them would be, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, producing, first of all, producing a lot. Not just producing for artists, because I'm going back to that, because I have a past with that, with my group and everything. So I have ideas and I have a lot of artists around me, and they're ready to work and everything. So I want to produce music with artists, amazing artists in the city. Montreal, I have the crazy artists. And also, I've produced different events, and I want to expand on that. And not just here, like in different countries. I've produced, by the way, I produced 4 events in Colombia. So I feel like in other countries also, here also, but producing music, producing events also, and combining this somehow.
Hey, that's important, man. All of what you're doing, or all of your aspiring moves are easily going to knock out what AI producers are doing. You know what I mean? That's something different. We heard about Timbaland and all of that. You heard about that, right? So what do you think when you hear that, and what's your deepest feelings when you hear something like that?
See, because you see it, the reaction, people are not feeling it, man. Because the way it was presented, it's like a little bit of hypocrisy. And I feel like, yeah, there's a way of using it to enhance what was created, but to actually have it create, it has no soul. You understand? So what are we going to do? We're going to continue in the path that we're going to do soulless music. Music is a gift from God, and it there's a message in it. Even an instrumental, that person puts their soul in it. It transpires something. There's something that they transmit in it. I don't think a computer can do that.
It goes back to what you said. It's all good. We're not drunk, y'all. We're not drunk. We're drinking juice. We're good. Of course, man. So you said something that's very crucial, having a relationship with music.
Yeah.
And that's something that AI is not going to have.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So let's end off with okay, you already said where you see yourself in the next 5 years. What do you want people to remember DJ Godsta for?
Seriously, yeah, the music is one thing, but somebody taught me an amazing lesson, man. Yo, one day he sat me down and he told me, I really love what you do, but you have to understand your brand. It's not just the music that you play, it's your personality, it's everything. And that day I wasn't feeling good, but he brought me back to like, oh my God, like people love my personality. They love to I have fun, I like to laugh and everything. And it's like, I want people to remember the entire like personality also, not just what I do. You understand? So he taught me a big lesson that day, and seriously.
That's important, man, because people buy into you before they buy into anything you do, your products, your services. So yeah, that's crucial. Man, DJ Godsta, it was definitely a blessing to be here with you. Tell us how people could get in contact with you, social media and all of that.
Definitely. My main social media, I could say, is Instagram, Godsta, Godsta. If you go Godsta, you'll find the first one, Godsta Music. Definitely. I'm on TikTok also. Yeah, Facebook also, but mostly Instagram. But one thing that you guys got to know is LDJL, La DJ Life. Check out the YouTube channel. That's with my two partners. Basically, we have a show on YouTube. It's about the DJ life. It's called our DJ Life with my boy Godfather D, aka Don Barbarino, and the Queen, Sweet LaRock. So, yeah, if you want to get in touch with me, go through that and my Instagram. But make sure you go check out. The link is going to be okay. All right. Yeah.
Plug all of that in. I just want to end off with saying, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing for the culture, and your genuine spirit when it comes down to making music, or even when it comes down to meeting people. I could tell that people really rock with you, and that personality is A1, man.
Thank you, bro.
It's always love, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys.
Hey, man. There we have it. Another episode of Elevate the Mic, where we elevate the mindset and skill sets of individuals who are part of the hip-hop community. Peace.
And I'ma do it again. Watch me win. Then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss.